Hey everyone! In today's video, we'll walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to set up ActivityTimeline and get it up and running in no time. Let's get started. First, install the ActivityTimeline app in your Jira instance. Go to Apps, explore More Apps, search for ActivityTimeline, and click Try it free. Next, go through the Setup wizard. Choose which projects you want to manage in ActivityTimeline and decide whether to set ActivityTimeline as your time tracking provider. Enabling this lets you add more detail to your work logs directly in Jira. Once setup is done, let's configure your users and teams. Go to Configuration, Users. Here, you'll find all key details about your users, including their role and permissions, capacity, teams, position, and skills. You can also assign positions and skills directly from here. This will come in handy later when creating skill or position-based teams. To update multiple users at once, simply enable bulk mode. This allows you to add the necessary information without editing each user individually. You can also manage users via your existing Jira groups. Go to the Groups tab under Users, click Manage, and assign key attributes like roles, workloads, holidays, and more. All group members, including new ones, will automatically inherit these settings. Now that we've configured our users, let's move on to creating your first team. There are 4 types of teams in ActivityTimeline. Classic teams are built manually and give you full control on who to add. Functional teams are automatically created based on user skills or positions. You can also sync teams directly from Jira or create them based on existing Jira groups. And if you use Tempo, you'll see an option to import teams from there as well. Let's walk through the creation of a classic team. Just add the name, assign a team lead, and select the users you want to include. Team lead will be the person who can access the team's plans, timesheets, and user details to help manage their work. Once created, your teams will be available in the drop-down menus across Planner, Timesheets, and Reports. While you're still in the Team section, you can also set up holiday schemes, which define days off and public holidays for specific locations, and apply them to certain teams and groups. For more details on setting up and managing holidays, check out our dedicated video here. Once your users and teams are set up, it's time to connect ActivityTimeline with your Jira fields to keep everything in sync. By default, start and due dates are already mapped to ensure a smoother integration between the tools. If you prefer to use different fields or want to remove mapping entirely, you can do that under Jira Integration. For team-managed projects, click Reuse Jira's standard start or due date fields. If you'd like to plan tasks at the team level, ActivityTimeline can create a special team field in your Jira that links to the team panel in the app. If you'd like to split tasks between multiple assignees and reflect that in Jira, you can map the collaborators field. For a step-by-step guide, check out our video here. Once mapping is complete, scroll down, click Update, and then refresh issues to pull in your data. To make sure deleted Jira tasks and work logs are also removed from ActivityTimeline, we recommend setting up webhooks. Without them, deleted items in Jira may still remain in ActivityTimeline's cache. Just click the warning message in the app, then add webhooks, and ActivityTimeline will handle the setup automatically, so deletions in Jira are instantly reflected here too. Now, let's move on to general configuration. If your team works in sprints, ActivityTimeline will automatically display tasks based on sprint dates, reducing the need for manual adjustments. While that covers how tasks are placed on the timeline, it's also important to understand how workload is calculated. By default, ActivityTimeline uses remaining estimate to calculate workload. If your team uses story points, you can set a conversion rate from story points to hours, either globally in here or per project. Go to Projects, then Manage, enter the rate, and click Update. There are just a couple of important things left. Now that we know how effort is calculated, the next question is, how is that effort spread across the scheduled days? ActivityTimeline offers 2 modes. Balance mode splits the estimate evenly across all scheduled days, while liquid mode fills each day as much as possible until the remaining estimate runs out. To learn more about managing workload effectively, check out our dedicated video here. Workload distribution also depends on whether your team logs time. If users do not log time, workload is spread across the full duration of the task, including past days. This mode keeps your plans stable and lets you generate reports for both past and future periods. And if your team uses story points, this mode is also required, even if time is logged, since story points don't track daily progress. If users do log time, which is the default, workload is only calculated from today forward. Past days are excluded, and actual time spent is taken from work logs. Once you're done with the setup, go to Planner and start scheduling. All planned dates will sync with Jira if right fields are mapped. You're now ready to go, but if you'd like to make your calendar view more intuitive, you can customize how tasks are displayed to improve clarity and make planning easier to follow. To do this, go to Configuration, Issues, Issue Customization. Here, you can set up custom styles. For example, assign a specific color or font to tasks from a certain project, or do it based on status, priority, and more. This makes your calendar easier to scan and helps to focus on what matters most. And that's it for the initial setup of ActivityTimeline. In just under 10 minutes, you've configured users with skills and positions, set up different teams, connected everything to Jira, and customized the appearance of your planning view. There are also additional time tracking settings like setting up approval processes and time tracking periods that we haven't covered here. We'll walk through those in upcoming videos, but if you want to explore them now, check out the link to our documentation in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team at support@reliex.com. See you in our next videos.